do a quick video tutorial of how to conduct or set up Sunday announcements. Sunday announcements go out by Thursday, close of business of each week. The first place you will come is to your Zion email account, and you would simply type in WUFU. What that will do, as you can see, is it will bring up the announcement requests. This will let you know exactly what should be posted on a given Sunday. There should be no more than 6 to 7 announcements outside of the standard offering. That happens every Sunday, so we don't count that in a number. Ideally, we would like to have no more than 5 announcements outside of offering. All right, offering and first-time guests greeting. So as you can see, step 1, you type in WUFU, and then you go down to the date that this announcement needs to be made. So we can see here that this announcement needs to be made from the stage on November the 8th. This announcement setup is for this Sunday, November the 1st. Therefore, you would not have to post that announcement for this Sunday. You go down, you click on the next announcement, and you see that this is being requested to be made from the stage this Sunday, November the 1st. All right. So once you have an idea of all of the announcements, sometimes I'll go back further to make sure I didn't miss any. You would simply go now to your calendar, and you click on calendar. And I already have it open in another window, so I'm going to jump over to that window so you can kind of see exactly what you're looking at. So what I do next, second step, well, after you pulled up the WUFU announcements requests, then you go to your calendar and you find the previous week's announcement. So this is Sunday, October 25th, and when you click on the announcements, I'm going to go to a screen that's already open. It should have been already open. It didn't. All right. So this what I do is take the previous week's announcement. I'm moving this now. And I use the previous week's announcement as a template. I use it as a template to create the next week. And all I do is I go to the date and I switch the date over to November the 1st. So it will show on our online calendar as updated. And then I take the information from the WUFU announcement requests and I begin to drop them into this description. I post the title and then a brief description that will be spoken from the stage. Sometimes I'm using this verbatim, sometimes I'm paraphrasing what's written here, and so this is how we set it up. The bad news is, in my attempt to show you how to do it, I erased the announcements that I'd already completed. So we'll be doing this from scratch. So for example, this Sunday, we know that we will have a special guest. All right. And I also put special notes. For example, please note that offering, announcements, and right hand of fellowship will take place at the end of the service. Okay? Typically, the first announcement is Tuesday night experience. Now, because I am taking this from the previous week, and Tuesday night experience was baptism and communion, I can't use the same language, so I have to edit that. This Tuesday night at 7 p.m. we will have our regularly scheduled worship experience. The second announcement is typically remnant. So actually what I can do is just delete discovery because that announcement is no longer relevant. And so again, Tuesday night experience, remnant are standard announcements, but we have to watch the calendar because sometimes either First Baptist or Church of Glenarden has baptism scheduled and we will not have a Tuesday night experience, or we will have our own baptism and communion, which will take the place of the Tuesday night experience. Again, this announcement is no longer active, but what we do want to communicate is that Zion is moving. Well, you have to create titles for it. So sometimes I'm thinking about what's easiest to say and clearest. And so in this case, Zion New Service Times. We are pleased to announce that starting on January 1st, 2016, Zion will have the following new service times: 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1:30 p.m. All right. The next announcement is Zion office move. All right. Now, some of these announcements, such as this, new service times, Zion new office move, you can receive information like that from me via text, and you can include them in the announcement lineup, although they are outside of the email box. So if so you can get an email request for an announcement that's outside of the WUFU form. You can receive a WUFU form request, or you can get a text message. All three of those avenues are what I use to compile the weekly announcements. I depend mostly on the WUFU requests. All right, so we are excited to announce Zion will be moving. Zion's administrative office will move Largo, Maryland to 4501 Forbes Boulevard, Suite 140 in Atlanta, Maryland. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then remember, now what I'll do from the Wufoo account, oh, here it is. Twice. I moved to church. That's why I went to go add something. That's why. So here it is again. This is what I had already set up. Zion's annual turkey gift basket. I simply copied and pasted from the Wufoo request. So usually it'll say explain your details, explain your request with details, and here it'll say if you have a script for your announcement, include it. I'll copy and I'll paste that right into the announcement description. Okay, and again, you'll look once you have everything laid out. You cross-check to ensure you have not eliminated any announcements. In the case that you have, you would simply come back and update this on the calendar. I look through for typos and edits to make sure that this reads properly. Right-Hander Fellowship, Tuesday Night Experience, Remnant. Change this language again. Zion service, new service times. Okay. Men of Valor 5. This stayed from the previous week's announcements. When you go to Wufoo, just going back real quick. When you go to Wufoo, you'll notice if this needs to be a recurring announcement, please list the dates. So if you know that it's recurring, then you simply would leave this on the new announcement requests. That's why I like to go back and use the previous weeks. That way you don't have to type it over again. All right. Zion office move, Zion annual turkey gift basket. Another standard announcement would be iServe. Texting the word iServe to 51555. But as you can see, whenever we have a special guest and we have 7 announcements, we essentially look at it as 5 because the Tuesday Night Experience and Remnant really don't take much time. It's short. It's a standard announcement. So we don't really have too bad of a load. But since we have 4 more announcements on top of Right-Hand Fellowship, any extras that we don't have to announce, they're not included in the Sunday lineup. So that's it. So once you have everything in place, you want to check the date, make sure you have the date correct. The only thing that you would add is the room assignments. Now, for room assignments, you would go to planningcenteronline.com. I have multiple accounts, so you have to forgive me. You would go to Zion on Planning Center, ZionChurchOnline.com, and if you look here, you'll see November the 1st room assignments. You click on The room assignments is in my picture. Usually it'll drop down into the downloads. This is what it looks like. Okay. And what I do, as I go here, you can add the attachment as an upload. If you're not using a Mac, the bottom line is you want to attach the room assignments. So I find room assignments here. Been a little easier if I would just put it in the search bar, but the November 1 room assignment, I click on it, I drag it, and I upload it. Got it. These are the steps necessary to do a weekly announcement. Let's do it again, real quick review. The first place you go is to your announcement, your Gmail inbox. You type in the word WUFU. You look for announcement requests. You open them up to see what Sunday they need to be posted. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your Zion calendar. You click on calendar. You'll see the previous week's announcement. You open it up and you keep the things that will be copied over to the new week. You delete the things that are no longer relevant. The heading, offering, first time guest is a standard announcement. The other standard announcements are the Tuesday night experience and remnant, unless we have baptism or First Baptist of Glenarden has baptism, then those announcements would be replaced. Any special notes would also go at the top. It's important for those who serve on Sunday to know who's going to be covering announcements so that they know who to look for during the announcement period. If there's a special guest, that's an important thing to note. And if there is a change in the format or the flow of service, that is also a good thing to put in the announcement area. Please note, offering and announcements and right hand of fellowship will occur at the end of each service. Okay, got it? And then you simply, the only announcement that I was pulling from the WUFU forms was the Zion's annual turkey gift basket. The Zion office move and the Zion new service times, they came to me via text. Just to repeat, you'll get the announcements from 3 areas. They'll either come from a WUFU announcement request form, they'll come directly via email, or they may come through text. Your primary source is the WUFU announcement request. All right. If you're not sure or clear, you can always text or call me for clarity. The last thing you'll do is you'll add the room assignments. You'll click on add room assignments. It'll give you the option to upload it. Then you want to go to Planning Center Online, enter in my password, username. You'll see the attachments that says for room assignments. Click on the room assignments, download it, and then attach it to your announcement description box. The last thing I do, this is as a courtesy to the team, I copy it and I save it. All right. Now, once it's saved, you see that it moved, because remember, it was previously set under October the 25th, And once we change the date, it moved. Now I'm going to go back to my email. And again, making things simple. What I like to do, you can type in the word announcements, because I just sent it out last week. And what you should notice, you'll see here the date, the 18th. And you'll see all the people in this, in my email box that received this announcement, right? To make this simple, I'm simply going to reply to all. William Page no longer be relevant. Take them out, Cynthia Leland, and you paste the announcements that you copied off of the description area. You can also steal the intro, good afternoon. You can copy that. So this just makes life a little easier. Anything I can do to standardize what I'm doing. All right. So I copy the intro. Paste. All right. And then I will even go back and attach from downloads the November 1 room assignments. The room assignments are important because they help eliminate potential conflict, and it's good for teams to know what teams or what ministries are supposed to be where. Also, if somebody asks for directions, want to know where a particular event is happening, this sheet lets us know where the event is taking place. So so for convenience, individuals will have the announcements for Sunday right in their mailbox. Before I send it out, Right Hand of Fellowship, we celebrate the new member being added to the Zion family. Tuesday Night Experience is Tuesday at 7 p.m. Let's celebrate New Step. So as you can see, that's not correct. This Tuesday night, we will resume our regularly scheduled worship experience. Always triple check. All right, Remnant will take place on this Tuesday at 7 p.m. I need to say the same thing this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Bring your middle, high school, and students out to Zion's Dynamic Youth Ministry. Zion new service times. We're excited to announce it starting on January 1st, 2016. Zion Landover campus will have the following new service times. And iCampus will have the following new service times. Men of Valor, let's catch our second win on November 13th, 14th. The Men of Valor's conference will take place at FBGC Worship Center location. For more information, go to menofvalor.com. Should be all one word. All right. Zion's office move. Zion office move. We're excited to announce the move of our administration office from Largo, Maryland to 4501 Fords Boulevard, Suite 140 in Lanham, Maryland. And then Zion's annual turkey gift basket outreach, Saturday, November 21st, all campuses, including iCampus. serving 400 families. Go to Zion's website to sign up to serve. Sometimes when you copy and paste what other people put in their descriptions, you just have to read through it, because we're still responsible for what is sent out to all of the teams. The last thing, again, this is a copy over from the previous week. For announcement updates, more information or requests, go to zionchurchonline.com/eventcal and click on the announcement link. What we originally created on the calendar, if you go to this link, it will take you to a page where this same information can be found. So this concludes the tutorial for conducting or setting up the weekly announcements. And I want to thank you for helping me with this task, because as you can see, it's very tedious, and this eliminates me having to do something that you can do better. So thanks again, and please let me know if you have any questions about how to do the announcements. So let's hit send together. All right. Sending, and it's done.